smart move to pay 80 million or for someone like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not a smart move to pay 122 mil for somebody like that.
It's not smart to pay 122 mil for almost anybody.
Mbappe.
Not in the Prem.
Real Madrid are they're gonna sign him for free.
See, Madrid did smart. They waited.
Yeah,
Assuming if
have
they
the
don't sign
pull for
anybody in
that.
January.
Madrid have the
But
pull
they
for
are
that.
they are talking about wanting to sign a striker because Vinicius and Rodrigo are more wingers. Even though they're doing a job, they would prefer a striker up top.
All right.
So if they're willing to wait it out, then sure. But
Yeah, but you said pull though. My thing is like, who are the clubs they're trying to sign? Ivan Toney in the Prem. It's all the big six.
Chelsea.
They've all got.
No,
pulled.
I'm not talking about Ivan. I'm talking about Mbappe.
Oh, Mbappe. Yeah.
Mbappe and Madrid have the pull to pull Mbappe for free. No one in the Prem has the pull to pull Ivan Toney for free.
Of course they do. If
Okay.
Mbappe will go for free, anyone can go for free. It's Brentford. You know what I mean? Like, it's Brentford. And then Mbappe, like...
Teams that need him will buy him. Real Madrid can wait for Mbappe. Teams that don't need Ivan Toney won't take him on a free because he will be too expensive.
But, like, who needs an Ivan Toney?
Arsenal and Chelsea in the moment. Maybe
Spurs
a
don't need
Spursy.
Spurs don't need him. They have Son. They're good.
No, no.
well, Son's more of a winger. What he can put, they
Yeah,
can
but
He's
put.
a
no,
striker
not-
this year.
not
He's a striker
anymore.
this
Playing
year.
centrally.
He's a striker this year.
Well, even last
Yeah,
year...
but I'm saying that like they could push him back out wide as a winger.
But his form
Why
from
when he's
last
playing
year...
so well?
His form from last year and then the beginning of the season when he was playing a winger, he was terrible. Like, his underlining numbers and his stats are really bad compared
His
to
age,
that.
his age
Yeah, but
was
last
showing.
year though,
No, all of
every
last
other
year,
year.
and then the beginning of this year when he was a winger.
Which is why I hope we buy another winger in January, honestly.
They did
Why
what they
did
did
you
with
buy Brennan
Ronaldo. They
Johnson?
just moved him in the front.
Brennan Johnson's been playing.
Has he?
Has he?
And he's been playing. Yes, he assisted our goal. He assisted Son's second goal against whoever the fuck we just beat.
Yeah, no, but like,
Palace.
has he played in the league since they've been bought? Like, I genuinely am asking because I don't think I've seen him.
Yes,
I don't know
that was a league game. That was a league game that he just played and assisted.
Who'd you guys just beat?
Crystal
Palace
Palace.
is a switch.
No, fair enough.
I mean, he was hurt for like 3 weeks there, but
So that's why, because I knew he played a little bit when he first came, but I hadn't seen him in a minute. So I didn't know if he was just being played in the Cubs or just getting
he's played
minutes here and there.
7 games
Really?
with 1 assist.
How many minutes has he played in all those 7 games?
He only played 26 minutes against Palace, 9 against Fulham, 63 against Arsenal, 10 against Sheffield.
It's like he hasn't like really.
But then he also played for Burnley, or not Burnley, wherever the fuck he was before, Forest. He also played in a couple of their games before he transferred to us. So
Right.
he's only played, I think, in.
Go ahead. Sorry.
For us, he's only played in 4 games, I think.
And there's only been really one with substantial game time.
He started the Arsenal game.
Okay.
And then he's come off the bench in the other one.
You guys also paid 60 mil for him, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's a lot for a dude that's played 4 games.
But he was also injured,
Yeah, but
like he said.
We paid before he played 4 games.
Yeah, and he was injured for 3 weeks, right?
He's literally had 4 games into his career. I'm not going to write him off as a failure yet.
I'm not saying he's a failure. I'm just saying that was a lot of money.
I mean, it's the going rate for a young player these days, though.
For who?
Brennan Johnson. If any player under the age of 25 shows any kind of class, they're going for at least 50 mil.
How much did you guys buy him for?
60.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize it was that high.
Yeah, but he's already got more than 150 games
Yeah, I
under
mean,
his
like,
belt.
I think he's a good winger. I think they may have overpaid for him, but
I don't think they've underpaid for him.
In today's market, it's not technically an overpay, but I mean,
well, yeah, but I'm just
however
looking
you
at him
view
from
today's market,
It's trash. It's stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going off of today's market, yeah, you guys didn't, but at the same time,
we did. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you.
Are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
My bad.
I just started recording. I figured we would intro it real quick and then we just started talking about the market.
Are you gonna host this time, Jose? Do
You
want
can
to?
if you want.
If
I don't
not, I
care.
can.
Go for it because I don't feel great. So go for it.
Okay. All right. Welcome back, everyone. CONCACAF Connection episode something of season 2. I can't ever remember, so I'm not even gonna try anymore. We have a lot on our schedule. We'll see how much we actually get to. But I know where I want to start because I feel like someone among this group has a really strong opinion on this matter. On Monday, Lionel Messi was given his eighth
Yep.
Balon d'Or.
Mm-hmm.
Edging out Haaland, probably Julian Alvarez. I didn't see the whole list, so if somebody has the list, please let me know who was 1 through 5 or whatever. But
I think it was.
thoughts on Messi winning Ballon d'Or number 8?
You cut out. What'd you say?
Huh?
You cut out. What'd you say?
I said it was cringe.
Can you elaborate? Give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts.
What
I mean,
Natalie for
okay,
second.
I forgot. Okay,
Messi.
Ballon d'Or. We're talking about
Is it
Ballon
Messi
d'Or.
winning.
is the Ballon d'Or a seasonal award or a calendar year award?
Calendar
It's
year award.
it's calendar
Okay,
year.
so it's a calendar year
After
award.
this
So
Ballon
it's for
d'Or, it's gonna be
2023.
seasonal.
It's for 2023, right? For the from January 1st, 2023.
Yes.
No.
No.
Oh,
From October of 2022.
God, just dude, they need to. Okay, they need to.
They're about to change it. They're about to change
They're
it.
about to change
they are.
it to a seasonal.
I'm just saying, like from the moment the last Ballon d'Or was given out to this moment was the 1 year.
All right, fair enough then. Whatever.
Why? What is? How does that break your logic?
Yeah, does that change your opinion?
If it was January 1st, 2023, if that's how it's supposed to, or if that's how it's going to be in the future, right? Then
Okay.
Holland didn't, or then Messi didn't deserve the award. Obviously, it should have been Holland. But since that's not how it is, whatever.
I still think Holland deserves it.
I think Holland deserved it as well.
I mean, you could make an argument for both. So,
I think Messi
mean,
deserved it, and not on troll shit. I think he genuinely deserved it.
I mean, you can make an argument Alvarez deserved it.
Yeah. I like that video you sent. I can't remember.
I'm done. I see you.
I can't remember what ESPN guy said that he thought Alvarez deserved it.
Craig Burley.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely am with Brandon. I don't think. I mean, there's a case that Messi deserved it, but I mean, I also am not surprised for the last couple of years. It's kind of been a popularity contest, if we're gonna be honest. Like, there's not everyone that's won it hasn't been deserving of it. I mean, like, we know that Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi are the two greatest players to go down in history. That's unarguable. But the Balon d'Or is supposed to be who's the best in the calendar year. And there were times where, yeah, they dominated and they deserve majority of the Balon d'Ors they won. I also think that there was a few where you could go, there's been better players, but we're just going off of your reputation now because we've deemed you as one of the best in history, which I don't think is fair.
Which years would you say is that it?
So I think that this year for sure, I think that Lionel Messi won it based on, unanimously being decided that he's the greatest player we've ever seen. I don't like. There's arguments that you could say he won it. He won the World Cup, but I mean, I didn't see Germany dominate. Trophies like the Argentinian squad did. I didn't see any German players win the Ballon d'Or. I'm like Messi didn't win a treble. When the years that Messi won or Cristiano Ronaldo won, they were winning trebles. They were unanimously the best players in Europe, where we all decided that is the best place to play. They dominated the Champions Leagues. And that's perfectly fine. We were all cool with that. But now we're giving an award to someone that's 37 that plays in the MLS that everyone considers one of the worst leagues you could play in. He won the only trophy that really mattered that he won was
the hardest one to win.
The World
hardest
Cup.
one to win.
Yeah, and that's valid, but also where are the World Cup winners? Where are the Ballon d'Ors for the other World Cup winners? Like, we've had other teams that, have won the World Cup and they didn't get any Balon d'Or. They weren't even nominated. Like there have been players that have done that. He didn't dominate the World Cup.
World
You know,
Cup.
like he wasn't the best in like his position, which was stats and
He wasn't
goals.
even the best player on his team.
Yeah, I mean, like
You could argue.
I know he was he came in big in the final and stuff, and that's fine. But I don't know. I think it's crazy to give him a trophy like that for 7 games, where 3 of them he really wasn't even at his best, or 4. He got better as the tournament went on, which is perfectly fine. I just think that to me, we're giving it to him based on his career, not on his calendar year.
No, I think we're giving him on the basis of the stature of winning this Ballon d'Or for Argentina. We're not giving it off of his career. We're giving it off of his name, sure, yeah, but we're talking about what he did with an Argentina team that, let's be honest here, I mean, it's a good quality squad. Without Messi, they don't make it past the quarterfinals.
We don't know that though. You can't say because like
Right.
if Cristiano,
Devil's advocate for everything. We could say that Man City wins the treble without Haaland. Like we could say the same shit.
yeah, you could argue that we wouldn't know.
So
But,
how are
like-
we going to just give it to Haaland just because he scored a bunch of goals in the best team in Europe prior to him arriving? We saw Sergio Aguero doing this fucking same shit. So why is it this? Why
but not
is it now?
but not to this level. But not to this level. We know that you can't argue. No one scored as many goals as Holland did at this level. And in the Premier League, no one scored this much. Not even Cristiano Ronaldo in his best season scored that many goals for Manchester United.
I mean, but this is probably that City team is probably on par with Barcelona in 2012.
So then why are we taking that away from him? Because Messi scored 91 goals with the best team.
We're not taking it away from him. We're just not going to give it to him whenever he's fed a bunch of goals by everyone around him.
Yeah, but then
we're not talking about Haaland, who's a creator of every single one of his goals.
No, I'm not arguing that either. I'm not
Uh-huh.
disagreeing. I'm not saying that he was, the greatest thing. I mean, you could also argue that Kevin De Bruyne could win that award. I'm just saying that I don't think it's fair to go, well, he's playing in the best team in the world. I mean, Lionel Messi played in the best team in the world for a couple years. That wasn't a criticism
he made
of him.
it the best. He was an integral part of making it the best.
Yeah, he was an integral part. So was Holland. Holland leveled up Manchester City.
I mean,
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from.
They were playing though. With the way they were playing, I'm not saying it. No, I'm not saying fucking Nicholas Jackson could come in and score 50 goals on that City team. I'm just saying he could score more than he's fucking scoring at Chelsea. I'm just saying that team was just ready made to fucking just succeed.
Yeah, but then here's my thing. During that time, everyone critiqued. What's up now?
I was looking at Eddie and Brandon because as soon as you said Nicholas Jackson scoring 50 goals, them two immediately just started snickering.
Yeah, I saw him.
No, but my thing is for a long time, even when Spain was one of the better leagues, they got critiques because Barcelona and Real Madrid were beating everyone 6-0, 6-1, 6-4. Like that league wasn't the strongest, and now we're here sitting with Holland, who we are saying that the Premier League is by far the strongest league. By far the most competitive league. He scored the most goals in a single season. No one can touch him in that regard. Whether or not he's creating the goals is one thing, and I'm with you, Avnan, where I go, if someone can do all of it, then yeah, I'm with you. Then they're much better. And Haaland isn't creating goals. And that's fair, but the system's also created for Haaland to get a bunch of tap-ins. And
exactly.
Yeah,
So
and I'm
why
not saying that
should
Haaland's winning, but then what about Cristiano Ronaldo with Real Madrid during those seasons? Because let's be honest, Cristiano Ronaldo had some rollies, but a lot of Cristiano goals were also tap-ins, and so were Messi's. We're not going to sit here and act like they were scoring rollies,
we're not
50 rollies every goal.
about it. We're just saying that Ronaldo and Messi were integral parts of the creativity of the basis of the whole team.
Yeah, and that was based on
If Haaland doesn't get a fucking goal, he's disappeared from the whole game.
Yeah,
he doesn't make an impact in the whole game. They won the 3 final games in the knockouts of the Champions League without Haaland even basically showing up. Let's be honest here. So that's what I'm saying is I can understand what people are saying with Haaland, and he had an incredible season, he had a historic season. No one's taking that away from him. But he is not the best player on his own team. Why should we give him the Balon d'Or when he's not even the best player on his own team?
Well, I'm not making
De Bruyne and Rodri are better. So why
I'm not making an
trying
argument that Haaland should win. I'm just saying that I'm just putting him as an example. My thing is my whole thing is we're basing this is supposed to be a yearly award. Someone that's done it all year. We're giving Lionel Messi a trophy for 7 games. for 7 games in a World
Yeah.
Cup. Like, to me, that's like, okay, he had a phenomenal World Cup, and that's great. We're giving him 7 games. That was enough to convince the world because he won the World Cup that he deserves the Balon d'Or. They're giving it to him, in my opinion, because with that, it unanimously decided that he was the greatest player to ever live. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Yeah.
that makes it right to give him the Balon d'Or. I mean, people are going to argue that, it's bittersweet and like it's the best way to send them off, but that's not what that award's for. This isn't the Lionel Messi award. This is a who's the best player in the world award. And there were other players that were as deserving, if not more deserving than Lionel Messi. That's
Right.
my thing. I mean, you can make
Right.
arguments for, like you said, like you make arguments for Roger. You can make arguments for Kevin De Bruyne, who I think was a big one, and he was only number 5 on the list. I think since he won the World Cup, we all knew he was going to win the Balon d'Or. Not because he deserved it, because we all knew, like I said earlier, we all know it's a popularity contest. It's not award of merit.
Mm.
At least not in the last couple years. I mean, some people have won it. That wasn't Cristiano and Messi, which I'm very happy for because I think there are players that were better than them, like when Robert Lewandowski won it. But
He didn't win it.
He didn't win a
He
single
didn't win
ballot.
it.
oh, that's right. Yeah, he was supposed to
Yeah,
win
he
it
got
and
robbed.
then
He was
got robbed because of
supposed to.
COVID.
He was supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Modric won it.
See, if you
Modric
were
should
telling
win
me
it.
some shit, if you were telling me some shit like that, like Lewandowski got robbed because of that shit, then yeah, I can give it to you.
Yeah, but like, also, if we're
Benzema.
going to be honest, like, I love Robert Lewandowski. He's one of my favorite players that's ever played. I think he's a phenomenal striker. He also scored a lot of goals and was also in the system that surrounded him with a bunch of tap-ins. Like,
Mhm.
you like, going back to the Holland thing, again, I don't think Holland deserved the Ballon d'Or. But, like, no one's holding that against Robert Lewandowski. I mean, he was playing in Germany, which was everyone said was a weaker league. Did they win? They didn't. No, they won the. Did they win the Champions League
trouble.
this
He
season?
won
They
the
got
treble.
the
He won
treble.
the treble one of the
Yeah.
one of the seasons.
But
that-
no one questioned
Yes.
that Robert Lewandowski was a better player. But then like Manchester City win it, and now everyone's like, there's a whole debate whether or not Holland deserved it, and that's why I'm like, it's
I don't
inconsistent.
think Holland.
I don't think
think
Holland
Holland
deserved
deserved
or either.
Right.
But I
He
don't.
definitely deserved it more than Messi.
That's where I'm coming from. Like, it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
those seasons where these players have done lots of different things for the club, were consistently the best player in either the leagues or in Europe or whatever, in every competition they played. Like, to then sit there, like, not you have them, but like everyone in general, where they're like, arguing because they're like, oh, Holland just scored a bunch of tap-ins. Yeah, Robert Lewandowski won it a couple years ago. So, I mean, like, it's inconsistent. And to me, it's just
He didn't
because.
win it.
I know,
Yeah.
but we have all kind of unanimously agreed that he's won it. He won it that year, whether or not he has the trophy or not. He doesn't have the trophy, but we all kind of put an asterisk there in our minds and gone, he won it.
Yeah.
If anyone should retroactively get a fucking trophy, it's him.
100%. But yeah, that's
He
my
should
thing.
win 2 of them.
What
I
was
don't know
the
about
second one
2.
you're talking about? What the fuck is the second one you're talking
The
about?
one the season after, he put up the exact same. He didn't win another treble, but he put up pretty much identical numbers. He outscored and out-assisted both Messi and Ronaldo, and they still gave it to Messi.
I
Yeah.
don't remember that one.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my frustration with it. But I'm also not surprised because, like I said, I think I knew the moment he won the World Cup, they were going to give it to him. It didn't matter what anyone did. He was going to get it.
All right, yeah. I guess that's a good, since we've been talking about Holland, good way to pivot to the Manchester Derby. Daniel, do you want to? I mean, I was gonna say break it down. Is there really that much to break down?
I mean, I told Jose, and I think I told you too, Brandon, that when I watched the game, I was so bored of the game.
Yeah.
Not because that nothing happened, but like it was just such a demolition job from Manchester City that it just wasn't fun to watch. Like those games we normally have to turn up a gear. Well, I say normally, the last like 5 years that's not been the case, but just a derby in general, you're supposed to level up. Like you're supposed to go pound to pound for your with your noisy neighbors, but the fact that we've demolished them the last few meetings. I think before this one, the last time they beat us was at Old Trafford last season. But apart from that, we've we've been going, toe to toe with them with ease, and on top of that, with United, like they didn't even play, and it's the same exact mistakes that Ten Hag's been making, which he's inching closer and closer to that exit door.
He has
So,
to be fired. He
Mm.
has to be fired tomorrow.
especially after today with Newcastle, for sure.
Yes.
But
They lost
yeah,
3-0 at home in the cup. That's crazy.
there's not really
Or was it
much to
2-0?
critique. Like it was
It's
just,
3-0.
it was just us just having our way with United. They really did not challenge us in any type of way. And also, from what I saw, our City players, they didn't even try. And I don't mean that like in a bad way. Like they didn't have to put in the effort to break through their defense. Like they wanted to go past one of the defenders. They just did it. They didn't have to do it with They just did it. Like it was just such a boring game to watch. So I mean, it was 3 easy points. It felt like a routine win. And there's not really much else to analyze apart from City being better and United being second at everything.
I think for United, like not turning up against your rivals is insane. Like to lose 3-0 at home to Man City without really putting up a fight is
Was it
ridiculous.
at home? Was it Old
Yeah, it was
Trafford?
at Old
It was at
Trafford.
Old Trafford.
Oh, that's even worse.
And then to come back 4 days later and play essentially Newcastle United's reserve squad and get played out the way they did.
Again at home.
I mean, I watched the second half of the game. They had more fight than they did in the first half, apparently. Apparently the first half was like absolutely awful, according to the pundits. But I mean, even the second half, like one bad giveaway in the middle of the park, the defense just backs off and keeps on backing off Joe Willock, and he's like, "All right, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a go," and it goes top bins. And I'm just like, where's the passion? Where's the aggression? Like, you gotta understand where you are, what you're doing. Like, you're 2-0 down to Newcastle United at Old Trafford. Like, make a challenge. Don't just keep on backing off. It was I as a football fan, it's frustrating watching Manchester United and their lack of passion that they have. So, but at the same time, as an Arsenal fan, seeing
That's pretty
them,
fucking sweet.
yeah,
That's pretty fucking sweet.
so nice.
They need I don't want to say give the boot to Ten Hag, even though that's kind of like the obvious thing,
No, they need
because
to.
he keeps making the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again. But I was listening to, I think you were the one that told me that like United fans were wanting
Yeah,
to
they
stick
still want him to
out with the
stay.
manager because just giving the axe to a manager is not going to solve anything, which they're not wrong, but I think they're betting on the wrong horse with Ten Hag.
Yeah, I
And
think that's fair. Something I've noticed with United is that they tend to have that new manager bounce anytime one comes in. So I think I said this last season off the pod where I was like, maybe they should just have like a run of 3 months with a manager, sack him, then another run of 3 months with a manager. Because that new manager bounce is real with them. Like it's insane. Um, but
It's real
obviously
with
that's
anyone. It's with Chelsea. Not anymore.
yeah, it's not gonna work out in the long run. But I mean, who are they gonna hire? Who wants to go to United in the state that they're in?
Graham Potter might
I
take
mean,
it.
they still have pull. They still pull big players. They still pull big managers. And they're still, even though that they're not where they were 10 years ago, or I mean, even beyond that, when Fergie was there, they're still a top club. It's just, I mean, obviously, it's just they're in a kind of a shithole right now, but they're still pulling all these big names. Like there's still something there that people want to do and go and play for. But I mean, I don't really know where to begin when it comes to changing all of United's problems. I think they need to start doing the little things better, which is preparing for games better, and setting up their teams better. Because
Oh yeah,
Ten
that was
Hag's
one.
way of playing is not the way to go about it. And then another thing is Bruno Fernandes. I think he needs to be stripped of his captaincy. Whenever I
Um,
see a captain, I don't think of Bruno Fernandes. He's the complete opposite for me of what a captain is. A captain should be someone that you should be leaning on when you're in trouble, and he is not the person to be leaning on when you're in trouble. Like he throws his hands up out of frustration when he loses the ball, when his team loses the ball. During the City game, he was not trying to challenge the ball. He was trying to challenge and take out players out of frustration. Like that's like, even though you're 3-0 down, that's not the reaction you should be having from any player, let alone the captain. So I think they need to start doing the little things better. I don't know who they would give that captaincy to, but it should not be Bruno Fernandes.
I think they should give it to Onana.
see, I
Like
was
that's
thinking
not
of
even his
You
role.
didn't say that with a straight face. You did
That's
not say that
not.
with a
That
straight
is
face.
no. That is a thing. That is
I,
real. That is a real take that I have.
I
Because
was thinking.
Why?
that would boost his confidence,
You
and
don't.
B,
No. You don't give out the captain's armband for a club like United to increase
no,
someone's.
I'm not saying that's the only reason. If you would let me finish, you would hear my other reasons.
All right, my
But
bad.
B,
Here we go.
Okay.
no, like I'm not even that passionate about this. I just like whenever I watch him, like even though obviously he's been making a lot of mistakes, like he's just always barking at his team, like every like set piece, like he's always directing traffic. And I know that's common goalie things, but even like outside of those moments, like I just feel like he seems like he's already more of a vocal leader than Bruno is, even though he's been struggling. And that says a lot because when you're struggling as a player, you could so very easily just stop like you know what I'm trying to like you could just stop like not trying but stop being vocal, stop calling stuff out, stop, trying to uplift other players, but he's not doing that. Like even though he's been subpar this season, although I think he's starting to play better, but not really today. Um I just feel like he just has the making of a captain. Like I've just seen it in him. And despite results, I think because who else on that team are you going to give it to is another thing. Like you're not giving it to Maguire, that's for sure.
I was gonna say McTominay.
He'd have to start every game now.
I don't. Honestly, that's
Don't give
not
the
a
captain's
bad idea
armband.
for them.
It's too
I
soon for
mean,
Hoyland. So like I just
Oh
don't know who
no,
else you give it to. Like
Mason Money Mount.
I
stop.
just
okay.
think, yeah,
Oh, doesn't even start.
United just need to just like not cut their losses with they're not. They just need to take that
They
away
would
from
make
them.
a good sale off of Bruno.
So what?
Are you talking about selling Bruno?
No, not selling. I mean, they could do that, low key. I don't think he's that great of a player, anyways. But obviously, they're not going to do that because he's United's only real threat in the midfield when it comes to
I
creating
mean, what about
goals and
Rashford?
opportunities. But
Who?
Rashford.
Oh,
I mean, he's not vocal enough. He's not vocal like that. I mean, neither is Bruno, but like he's also not like a silent leader who leads by example. Like he's not that either. So I mean, honestly, Onana
What about
might not be.
Varane then?
So what?
Varane.
If he ever plays, I don't
Is he
know
injured all the
why
time?
he got
I don't
fucking
know.
I think
banished
he's
to the
injured right
bench.
now.
He got fucking banished to the bench for whatever reason. I mean, I
I
know
don't
he
know
got
why.
injured, but now he's fit and he just doesn't play anymore. So you're not giving it to Casemiro because he's fucking
Throws a
shit
dog
right
off
now.
the
He's
train.
lost all of his drive moving to
Uh,
United. So
It's crazy how good he was last season.
I
And people
know.
were like, "Oh, that's the signing." People were literally, it was insane. Like Do y'all remember the time on social media where people were trying to say that Casemiro was the best signing in the Prem over Holland? Do y'all remember that?
To be
Oh
fair,
Lord,
that
they were
wasn't the case.
comparing they were comparing Casemiro to Rodri and Partey when he was going through his really good patch too. And
To be fair,
now it's just like, bro, what is going on? I mean, I guess how old is he? He's like 32, 33.
32, 33, somewhere around there.
Something like that.
I
But
guess he's getting up there in age, but like some players
that
go out
hangover is
faster
real.
than others. But
And you
yeah, none of the players look up for it. One of the points the pundits made during the Newcastle game was that the United players didn't look fit to play. Like they didn't look like they didn't have the stamina or the endurance or something. Like, and Newcastle was just outrunning them, outpacing them for everything. So I don't know what Ten Hag's doing in training, but obviously it's not the right thing.
Well, I wanted to go back to Ten Hag because in my head, I'm like, they'll probably let him finish off the Champions League group and see where they're at because they're currently in third. So I would think if they don't make it out or if they finish last, they would sack him. But then again, if before we get there, if results like this keep happening, how can you justify keeping him on? So I kind of was just wondering, like, where do you guys think the cutoff is? Because in my head, I was like, they'll give him till December, which would be when the Champions League group stage would be done. They're currently sat in third, so if they stay in third or even fall to fourth, he'll be gone. But also, like, there's also a case to just get him out as soon as possible.
I
So
think if results continue the same, if the results are the same, like the last 2 games, or not even just last 2 games, last 5 games, even though they've beaten apart from Man City, they went on like that 3-game win streak, even though they struggled and they didn't look convincing. If performances like that continue, I don't think he makes it till December. I think he gets sacked. Let me see what game.
Well, we're in November, so
No, but I
I
think he
mean,
gets
how is it
sacked.
not now?
I think he gets sacked mid-November. I think it's
How's
just
it
too
not now,
soon.
bro? They,
I mean,
he just
I
got eliminated before the quarterfinals of the one trophy he won last year. That's
think I
pretty
know
fucking
that, but
embarrassing.
I think they're trying to give him a chance to see what he can do in the Champions League.
But why would you not fire him before the group stages ends to maybe make a comeback in the Champions League, or at least stay alive to make it to the Europa? Right
Because
now they're
he
not.
could,
Right now they're not looking like they're gonna fucking even get more than fourth in that damn group.
right. I
oh,
just
they'll
think
finish ahead of
they're gonna
Copenhagen or whoever the hell it is.
I don't know, dude. They should
I
have
don't know,
drawn that
dude.
game.
they got fucking lucky during that Copenhagen game. Like
Yeah, they
really
should
fucking
have
lucky.
drawn.
What was it, 1-0?
Yeah, it was 1-0 and the penalty save last fucking minute.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Oh Nana.
He came in
Oh, no, no,
huge. Oh yeah,
Nana
and then
Master.
Maguire scored that game too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
The
right.
headliners for that game was
ridiculous.
crazy. I forgot about
Okay. So the last time United lost 8 of its first 15 games was 51 years ago, and before the next match, the manager that they had was sacked.
Oh, he gone. He has to
So
be gone.
yeah, there's a good chance that was
Is
the
he gone
last
when we
15.
wake up tomorrow morning?
Yeah, and he'll go back to Ajax and fix all their issues.
I don't think he's
Oh
gonna
my
go
god.
Ajax. I think he's gonna take a break from
He should
football.
take a
No,
break.
Ajax's problems stem farther from the
Yeah.
manager. Ajax's problems stem all the way up to the fucking chairman.
Well, I mean, you can make the argument. So does
I mean,
United.
yeah, I was gonna say so does United.
No,
Glazer
but I mean
family.
they've had like some issues where like chairmen have been fired and left and all that shit. And that's why their recruitment has been so shit. And
Well, because their chairmans do weird things, like they have like sexual assault things going
yeah,
against them, and I'm just
yeah,
like, bro, what are y'all doing?
yeah.
What?
That's been over the past few years. Yeah. So
I
don't
did
know.
not know that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mark Overmars is one of those guys.
That's actually crazy. I did not know that. What the fuck? Galingo! Galingo!
Galingo! That's such a good sound.
I mean, that's kind of like. Is he the best player in the world right now?
I don't think he's the best player.
Okay, he's
Ooh.
maybe the most
best midfielder.
clutch. Maybe the most clutch in the world right
It's
now.
Mr.
Let's
Clutch.
let's chill on the best player in the world.
I mean,
He's
based on current
right now,
form,
current form, top 5.
I would
easily,
say top 3.
easily
I'd
top
say
3.
top
Yeah,
3.
top 3 for sure.
But let's not go around saying top 1.
Dude, he just has. I mean, okay. Obviously, his first goal in El Clasico was just an unreal worldy goal. His second goal was being in the right place at the right time, which he seems to have a knack for. Wait, he has 13 goals in 13 games.
And 2 assists, I think.
Yeah,
2 or 3
bro's
assists.
going crazy
Let me look
in
at
the
the
league.
stats before I get them, so I can put some respect on his name. Bro's got, well, in La Liga, he's got 10 goals and 2 assists.
In how many
But
games? How many games he played? 10?
in 10 games? 11 games.
Okay. I mean, still ridiculous.
But in the Champions League, it won't let me pull up the Champions League stats for Bellingham for whatever reason. I think
And
he's
he's
got
a
2 goals. I think he's got 1 or 2 goals in the Champions League.
and he's a midfielder who, when he
Oh,
was at Dortmund, was not known for scoring goals.
he's got 3 goals and 1 assist so far in the Champions League, and it's been 3 games.
Bro's going.
Well, he's playing as an attacking midfielder now,
Okay.
which
I
I
mean,
feel like
yeah,
he
he
wasn't
is.
really doing at Dortmund.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was sitting defensively in that defensive mid role.
Well, whenever you have fucking Camavinga and Tchouaméni, why would you need him to also play fucking
Yeah.
keeper?
Yeah.
Dude, Camavinga in El Clasico, Camavinga was playing left back.
He's always fucking playing left back. Ancelotti does some weird shit with
You can
Camavinga.
Camavinga. Yeah, he can go wherever you need him, dude.
Camavinga.
Wasn't that last season or something? Or was
Dude,
that
when
the
they
Both
stretched his
seasons.
face out to be the team bus, oh my god, I lost my shit when I saw that picture. That was so funny. It's like
To
the
be
team
fair,
bus breaks down. Who do you call? And it was like a stretched out Camavinga face. It was so
to be
funny.
fair, he's actually he's a solid left back. So more power to him for being able to be that versatile. But yeah, El Clasico was awesome. And, oh well, actually, Jose has a opinion on El Clasico.
No, you talk about what I said the other day.
Yeah.
I said in the group chat that I think Clasico has lost this step, and or lost its appeal, and I think that's true. I don't think it's been what it was in the early 2010s. I think in the early 2010s it peaked, and it was good for a few years after, but after like, I want to say like after 2016, maybe 2017, the quality of El Clasico, in my opinion, just kind of it went down. I don't think it draws the eyes that it used to from a world stage, not from a derby stage, but from like a world stage. I don't think everyone goes, "Oh my god, it's the Clasico." I think that was replaced earlier by or later on by Liverpool and like Manchester City, and now there's more Premier League games now. I think when the big teams play each other, that draws more attention than El Clasico does. It's not, I obviously Barcelona and Real Madrid are two of the biggest, if not the biggest teams in the world. But I also think that they just don't generate what they used to in terms of like hype and appeal for that game. And that's just my opinion on it.
Because it's not Messi versus Ronaldo anymore.
I was about to say it's literally because of that.
Probably, but even then, it's still kind of eh. I mean, the squads they're good squads, obviously, but the squads are just kind of eh, in my opinion. Like the
Barcelona
players.
Barcelona needs a player that'll tear it up like Bellingham, and then it'll be Bellingham versus whoever to
Pedri.
take the mantle.
Well,
No.
they've been trying to do it. They just don't get lucky with it.
No.
Dude, they put on so many youngsters. Like one of these guys has to catch fire. You would think at Barca.
I mean, that's what they're hoping. That's what we thought was going to happen with Gavi and Pedri and Ansu Fati and all these guys, and it never happens. Like they're
Yeah.
trying to find the
They're-
next Messi, and I understand it, but like it just doesn't happen like that.
No.
Yeah.
Like they got lucky.
above-
They got lucky one time, and let's be honest here, La Masia has not produced anyone of value in the last 20 years.
anyone of high value, anyways. I still think there's some valuable players,
Yeah,
but
15
nobody
years.
of like high value.
15
Okay, who
years.
came out in the last 15 years?
Sergio Busquets.
That was more than 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's more than 15 years.
He came out. Didn't
He's
he
been in
come
the
out
league way-
Pep's during
That's the issue.
2008?
That's the issue. Is you're thinking of early 2000s. That's over 20 years ago.
I mean, I'm thinking, when did Sergio Busquets come onto the field, like come onto the stage? 2008. Because then he wasn't he one of the ones that Pep Guardiola brought with him during his first season? I mean, he's the last one of any real high quality.
Okay, 2008. I'll give you that one.
Oh, fair enough. There you go. But he's the last one that the Messiah has produced that is of world class quality. I'm with you on
Adama
that.
Traore.
No, I said
Oh
world
my
class.
God.
No, it's a joke,
off,
obviously.
buddy.
Honestly, you think it's a race between to find Messi? I think it's a race to find anybody they can sell before they get liquidated or before they fall into more debt.
I mean,
That's fair enough.
they put $1 billion fucking release clause on who the fuck was it? Ansu Fati?
Yeah, no
Some
one's
shit?
paying that. Who happened to Ansu
Who's
Fati?
paying that shit?
I don't know.
Brian are having them for free on a loan. Well,
Is
not
that-
Is it
free,
just
but
a
yeah,
loan?
it's a loan. Yeah,
Okay.
he's a loanee right now at Brighton.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's gonna get bought. I haven't seen him do like much of anything.
No.
Um,
Even if
I
they
think-
did buy him, they probably wouldn't pay more than 20 mil for him.
No.
So I mean, no one's gonna hit that
20 mil?
release clause. No one wants him that badly where they pay a bill.
No, they won't. They'll sell him way
Well-
below the release clause.
They're gonna
They'll
sell.
waive the
They'll
release
sell.
clause.
They'll
I mean,
sell
they
him
have
cheap.
to. Nobody's paying $1 billion unless you're a Saudi team.
And even
Or
then,
Chelsea.
They're not paying $1 billion.
Or Chelsea, yeah.
Whoa!
I don't know how their name got dragged into this. That's crazy.
Brandon,
I
Chill
said
out.
or Chelsea.
I didn't do anything. I didn't even say Chelsea.
guilty by association. I'm sorry.
Association of what?
Of Arsenal, London team.
Just been a
Wow.
hater.
I think that-
Been a hater
I
this
think
whole
that's where you're
season.
guilty.
I've been a hater since I can remember for Chelsea. So
For everything.
just about everything.
There you go.
What was I gonna say? Oh, we were talking about Lemasai. Yeah, nothing's really come out of there. So,
I don't know.
I didn't. Busquets was
That's not-
2008.
Yeah, I just looked up. And let's be honest here. Nothing has come out of fucking Madrid's academy
Academy?
either. Yeah.
The only person was
Castilla, I think it-
Asensio,
I think it's Castilla.
and he's not that good. He was good when he was 19. He's not that good anymore. But no, you're right. Well, because Real Madrid haven't focused on you. They've been El Galactico since like 1999.
Yeah, Vasquez is there.
What'd you say, Brandon?
I said Vasquez, but he's not. He's not.
He's not
that
world
good.
class. Yeah.
I'm.
Like
yeah,
he
but I mean,
plays. He's good enough to be a squad
nobody-
player. But
Yeah, but they got
nobody's
Joselu
or
starting
Real-
up front too. You know what I mean? He's not
Real
bad,
Madrid-
but that's not the kind of players you associate with Real Madrid.
Real Madrid's academy isn't touted like Barcelona's in.
Yeah,
yeah, but Barcelona should not be touted anymore. Like people still talk about La Masia like it's some shit. Like it's not.
yeah.
The only
That's not-
academies that should be touted are Dortmund.
I don't think Dortmund. I think Dortmund have a
Dortmund
great.
don't have-
I think Dortmund have a
They
great.
have a really good
coaching
scouting
system.
system.
Yeah, and I think they have a really good
They
coaching.
have a good scouting, yeah.
And coaching
Their
system that bring up
scouting
these
system-
kids.
You know damn well you know what the right answer is. You know damn well what it is.
It is Chelsea, unfortunately.
It is the Chelsea. It is Cobham.
But we don't profit from it. we profit from it, but we don't
We
see
profit from it.
the fruits of our labor on the field. So
Are you saying Chelsea has a good academy?
Probably the best in Europe right now. Right now.
I mean, look who came out of the youth academy. You got Reece James, you got Tamori, you've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, you've got
Colwell,
Colwell, like
Mount,
Mount.
Gurhey.
I mean, we're not saying these are world class players by any means, but we're saying we've produced probably the best set of players.
Tamori, I'd say, is world class.
I would not say Tamori's world class.
He's not world class. He's pushing.
He's good.
He's world
pushing
class
it.
in Serie A.
He's pushing it. He's not world class.
He's not world class.
He's world class in Serie A.
Okay, that's a different level though. The only world class player we really produce is Reece James, and he's never available. So
yeah.
Mauricio, I can't move it anymore.
that was such a bad fucking meme.
Such a good meme.
It was good for everybody else. It's
I
kind of
can't
tough for
move
Chelsea
it,
fans,
move
but
it
everybody
anymore.
else. That meme is 10 out of 10, dude.
It was so morbid.
I loved every moment of it.
Mauricio, I can't move it anymore.
Reece James.
I'm really trying to think of another team that has produced like players.
Man City, I'm just
Africa.
Oh,
Africa.
Southampton?
Africa.
Maybe. Did they produce well?
No, Southampton
Who,
was
Man
kind of the same
City?
as Borussia Dortmund. They scouted well.
Or just scouted well?
I was gonna say the best fucking academy right now is Africa. That's it. That's where everyone's coming from right now.
The Nigerian national team
And
does
that's
have
where the
like
most
4
World
class
Cup winners come
strikers.
from.
Yeah, so
Huh?
what you said?
What, Daniel?
I said that's like where most of the World Cup winners come from, at least in France.
Mm.
This is true.
Yeah.
The politics, the real world politics, really played a part in France's World Cup wins. Let's be honest.
If most of the African teams didn't require players to actually pay the African teams to play for them, they would be a lot more successful internationally.
Well, there's also a lot of corruption in the African governments
And
and
that
stuff
too,
like that.
yeah.
You know,
And I mean, I'm not saying it's just that, but like, I think the fact that players like Mbappe, because Mbappe's dream was to play for Cameroon, and he couldn't do that because starting up whenever he was like 18 or 19, he was trying to go play for Cameroon. I don't remember what the price tag it was, but he had to pay like an X amount of money to play for Cameroon. Like, why are you going to do that when you can just go play for France for free?
I didn't know about that.
And they're paying him too, so. And he got a World Cup.
well, France don't pay them to play. They don't get paid to play for international football.
Yeah, they do. They
Yeah,
play him
you
on
get paid to play on international football.
Yeah, you get paid if you win their trophy, you win competitions and stuff. You get a payout of money that's
I'm
won.
pretty sure you get played.
You get
to
paid.
pay.
You get a check per game.
You get paid to play. If you play, you get paid something.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
Yeah.
interesting.
And that's
They're
why
not, they're not playing for free.
I mean, you got paid for I thought you were playing for the love of your country. I don't know.
To be fair, I think most players would play
For free, yeah.
but- so I mean, the fact that they're getting paid is just a bonus.
Yeah. And the fact that he got paid and got a World Cup at 18.
That was 19.
18 or 19, it's one or the other.
Either way, super young.
Yeah. So I think if Africa didn't require their players to play or to pay to play, it'd be a different story for international football, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty
yeah.
wild that they require the players to play.
You said what?
I said that's pretty wild that they require their players to pay. That they require their players to pay to play for the national team. The Olympique attack.
Oh, that was disgusting.
Oh yeah, that was fucked.
You know, he came out with a statement to the head coach.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, after basically, it may have not been him. I know that it looked like Fabrizio Romano like tweeted a quote from him that basically was just like, this is disgusting, and it took this to a whole different level. They needed to go. I don't know. I think if I was in charge of the French FA, I would tell it was Olympic Marseille fans, correct?
Yeah.
Lyon's manager got attacked by
Yeah.
Marseille fans, right?
I would force Marseille to
team
play
bus-
without fans for the rest of the season. Like that's not okay. Like control your
Stadium ban?
stadium, control the games. Like
Yeah.
I'd make them play games behind closed doors for the rest of the season.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
But
Like
that
that.
also doesn't that also hurt? No, it doesn't. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
it's like
no. Doesn't it hurt the away team though? Because they can't sell away tickets.
no, but I don't know. I mean, split the TV, the money that's generated. I mean, you're right. It does hurt the away team, but also the away team will take one or two hits in the season. Louis Marseille is gonna
Wouldn't
take
even
the
be
whole
fair,
hit.
it'd just be one.
No,
Because they only play
oh
away
yeah, you're right.
points.
You're right. Yeah. So, I mean,
And then
I mean, you could maybe start out with just doing like 1 or 2 games behind closed doors.
I don't know. I feel like if you
The whole
can't,
fucking season.
I don't know, man. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, like it started outside. They were attacking the bus. Like you gotta control your fans. You gotta control that shit. Like I get it's a derby. I get it. You know, passions rise. Everyone gets heated, but like you're taking it outside of a level of like footballing for like that's within footballing realm. Like it's a whole different thing. You're physically attacking people. Like
I guess what you could maybe push for a bigger like no fans allowed outside the grounds while the buses are being dropped off.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know if the dude that fucking threw the objects at that coach was
No.
even going into the game.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Right.
That's true. And I don't know.
I might have been a
Maybe it is harsh for a year. I don't know. I just feel like if you can't control, like same thing with Ajax. You know, when Ajax is having all these issues, if you can't control your stadium, if you're putting people in danger, like you should get banned. Like your stadium. I'm sorry. You as a football club should take that burden. And because you cannot control the stadium, like your responsibility when you host events should also be making sure that it's safe and viable. I mean, like look at in Argentina, for example, like when they got games, like I agree with you because they lock everybody up. You can't get out. There's no one allowed in the middle of the fields, like when Boca Juniors and there's another big team. I can't remember.
River Plate.
Yeah, like they can't, like they're not allowed outside, like before the buses get there. The teams are separated by a majority of the stadium. Like there's no one in the midsection, like because they know it's gonna get violent. And like that's their responsibility. That's the way they found to do it. Is it good? Probably not, but it's the best way they found how to do it. So I don't know. I to me it's like, and it's unfair to the other Marseille fans. I agree, but it's one of those things where like if you got some bad, like this isn't one of those things where it's like, oh, these guys, like 4 guys that we've identified threw some rocks at a team bus. Okay, like these are a bunch of fans attacking a bus, assaulting a coach. Like it's not a good look.
I mean, if the Italian FA can ban or not ban, well, they did have a stadium ban for like 1 or 2 matches for racism, then the French FA can definitely like have a more than a 1 or 2 match ban for physical attacks.
Yeah. And maybe you're right. Maybe a full year or the rest of the season is harsh, but I think that like you gotta do something that is harsher than normal for people to realize like, oh, we're not playing around here.
You got to set the precedent of zero tolerance. Also, like it sucks and might suck that they have to make an example out of you, but you shouldn't have done it in the first place, and you have to live with the consequences. So, I don't think a full season is too harsh.
Yeah, I just think that I don't know. I just think that it falls on the club.
If you open this can of worms, you don't know where this ends up.
Yeah, that's true, but also like I feel like other clubs, we all know that derbies get kind of wild. Players get thrown out, like we know that, but like there have been lots of derbies where this kind of stuff doesn't happen. There's been stuff where this stuff does happen, and I agree. And I think we got to start putting a precedence where it's like, yo, like you're in the stadium, like I get fights happen in stadiums, I get that kind of stuff, but like these are professional players. This is the reason you're going to the game. You're assaulting them. I mean, they're literally just going there to kick a ball in reality. And even if it wasn't just the players or the coach that got hurt, if another fan got hurt or if a bunch of other fans got hurt.
What if one of them died?
Yeah.
Is it going to take someone dying for people to realize that this is a serious issue? Like, if the coach had been killed, I think people would be saying that they need to have the full season. Like, they might even relegate the team if the coach had died.
I don't know if
Like-
they relegated the team, but like
They'd
even like
definitely be fined.
yeah, I mean he could have easily been blinded.
So the fact that I don't know, like people are just like people want to be so wishy washy to the point where it's going to take literal death for people to realize that this is a problem, and that's why I think you have to get out in front of it so that it doesn't reach the point of literal death.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You like I understand what you guys are saying with jumping into the deep end here. You can take different measures to limit this. Not even just for Marseille, for every fucking team in France. You don't know if this is gonna happen somewhere else in another derby. I don't know. The only thing I'm saying is take the measures. Increase the space between the fans and the buses to where no one can get to them. Increase police the influence of police in that area around the team buses, make sure that they're safe. Do things like that. If those things don't fucking work, then yeah, then go for the 1 game ban. If this still continues, go for the 2 game ban or increment it. And then yeah, if someone fucking dies, I don't know where to take it. Like I don't know what the end goal, what the solution to that would be.
well, I mean,
I'm
like
not saying that being assaulted is okay. I'm just saying like we can't just equate being assaulting a coach and killing a coach as the same thing because we're still steps away from there. I understand that like it's a shitty fucking thing that what happened to him, but let's not ruin it for every Marseille fan just because 20 idiots who might have not even gone to the game fucking did some stupid ass shit that they shouldn't have done.
and I get that, but I don't know. I think like right now the ban isn't because you know it happened and like okay it happened so we're banning you. The ban is for the stage.
It's to limit it.
It's not just to limit it. It's to hold the team responsible. It's to hold
Yeah.
the organization, the club responsible, being like you're being banned not because of what happened, but because you didn't take good enough precautions. Like you know what this derby is. That's what I mean. Because like I look at it from like I agree with you. Like I think that they need to start taking precautions to prevent that because I mean like I watched Liga MX. Liga MX is another one. I mean like I think it was last year or the year before there was during the Querétaro game someone died of like
I remember
a fan
that.
got stabbed and died and Querétaro was like I'm pretty sure don't know if they had 1 game or a multiple game ban but like that was on the club like you're putting people in unsafe positions same thing like I brought up that's why I brought up the Boca Juniors rivalry like I agree. I think these clubs should take more precautions during these big derby games, especially if it's something that gets that rowdy. But I like the ban isn't like unfortunately it's not for the Marseille fans. It's not even for the 20 people that assaulted the coach. It's for the club to be aware that they need to take precautions because the only way, in my opinion, that a club is going to take those precautions is if you hurt their pockets. It's the only way, and that's why, like I said, maybe you're right. Maybe a full season ban is harsh, but I don't think a 5 or 10 game ban.
It could kill him.
Yeah, but I don't think a 5 or 10 game ban is harsh. Like if
No,
that's
I'm okay with a 5 or 10. Like if we want to take it to the harsher extremes, but like taking out the rest of the season's revenues, it could literally kill them.
and that's fair, but they still have TV rights. They still got games that people are gonna watch and stuff. I'm not saying it's gonna be enough to sustain. And I'm not. I don't disagree with you. I'm not saying that their budget's not gonna go down or go into negative for profits generated. But I think that unfortunately the only way a club will change is if you hurt their pockets.
Yeah.
But
Also, the other thing is that if this has been a this is not just something that just happened like out of the blue. Like this has been a problem. Like fans have also been rushed to the ambulances after these big derbies, like PSG versus Marseille or whoever in France. And if you keep letting it go on without it being addressed, the league is basically saying that it's okay, that all this is happening, which is not okay. So like it needs to be addressed. Because if you keep letting rowdy people be rowdy, it's only going to get worse and it's only going to get more drastic. And then at some point, someone will get killed. So, yeah, I mean, a few match bans. Or I don't know about match bans, but maybe like when they're at home or even away, just not having any fans be involved at all. I don't know. I don't know how to go. I don't know the right precautions, but at the same time, when someone's almost like on the brink of death, I think maybe having a few games behind closed doors for them would not be the end of the world. But
I think that's the best way to go.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
also implement limiting fans' access to teams' bus once they come back and are able to go to the stadium.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild that they have that much. They can get that close. Well, I guess
I
that's
know
not
that is
uncommon.
so weird.
I guess it's really not that uncommon because I feel like you can get you. There's always fans and stuff outside when buses come through. Maybe
Yeah.
not to that
I
degree.
still don't. I like even without the violence. That I just think that's a little weird. Like
Yeah, I don't know why people are allowed that close.
Yeah,
we
that's my
like we
yeah,
point.
and then
know
That's my
it's
point.
we
You
paid.
know
don't need
that
to be that
fans
close.
are getting worse and worse when it comes to live, not just sporting events in general. Like
Mhm.
I don't know what it is, but it just feels like recently every day someone's throwing shit at a concert or throwing rocks at a coach or running onto the field. Like I don't know what caused this, but this seems to become a bigger issue recently. So the fact that like it sucks that it took something like this to make me realize it, but I'm just like, why are fans allowed to be so close to the buses? Like that should never have been a thing because of something like this potentially happening.
People want their 15 minutes of fame no matter what the cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is so ridiculous. But that's a whole separate topic that we can talk about. That is not football related. Does anybody have anything else they want to add to that?
Yeah, the only other thing is like I was going through news because I remember there was some type of punishment. Like I brought up the Querétaro game. Like
Mm.
the like another like something that came up was they were talking about taking away Mexico's hosting rights in the 2026 World Cup for the games that were going to be hosted because Mexico showed that they couldn't control crowds. I mean, that was a big talking point. I mean, they almost
Yeah.
did take it away. Like that's why I'm like, I don't think a ban for a couple games is that crazy because we almost lost our whole rights, and that's not fair to the majority of the Mexican population that weren't at those games. But I mean, I understood it as well. You can't just let people die in a football match where people go and take kids to enjoy and have a good time, and then
For sure.
not be held responsible as a federation, as a club or whatever. That's kind of, I guess that's why I think of it because like we do watch a lot of games, and I watch a lot like Liga MX games, and they do get rowdy, and there are a lot of precautions and police and a bunch of stuff there. So I look at these other teams and or other places in Europe when shit like this goes down. I'm like, there's got to be a better grip about this. It has to be. But the next international break's like in a week, isn't it? A week or two?
No way. Already?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is in a couple of weeks
Crazy.
because I'm supposed to be in Texas, but I don't know if that's going to happen. But
Why?
hopefully,
Why?
What?
Why'd you go into
Oh
Texas?
yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you're going to you're gonna watch the USA.
well, watch.
Well,
Yeah, I
yeah,
guess watch. I'll
be
be.
a journalist.
I think it's
Why is
it's for Nations
sick.
League because Mexico got
I
It
a
is
like
Nations
that.
Nations
League.
League
Yeah.
game on the 17th. So I'm
Wait, what do you mean?
assuming.
Yeah.
It might not happen though.
Why did you say like that, Brandon?
What do you mean might not happen?
What? What do you mean?
You're
What did
like
I do?
you're gonna go watch the game. Like you said, it's
Oh,
so
what?
like.
Oh,
I'm
because
gonna.
I was thinking like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but why?
I didn't. Never mind.
But Eddie, why wouldn't you be able to go anymore?
Well, first of all,
Can you discuss it?
for
Can you disclose it?
for some reason, yes, I can discuss it. First of all, for some reason, I still can't apply for a credential yet, which is weird. Usually, this is available by now, and it's not. So I'm worried either I missed it or I just don't know. But also, my days off at work haven't been approved yet. But that's an easy fix. I'll just talk to
Just
Richard, and he'll
quit.
do
Just
it
walk
for
out.
me. Nah.
Don't do that.
Every big
And
thing has
then
come from risk.
obviously money is like,
Yeah.
got to make the money work on a short notice. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to buy anything before I know I'm credentialed, and I still don't know if I'm credentialed. So I'm just like, I mean, I don't think I wouldn't be, if I was able to go to the semifinals, why wouldn't I be able to go to the quarterfinals? But I don't know. I'm trying. I'm gonna try everything in my power. So we'll see.
Because this is the window that, at least for CONCACAF, this is the window that decides who gets qualified for CONMEBOL, isn't it? For the Copa America?
Copa America. Yeah.
So
Which will be perfect to talk about that.
Yeah, so it's big. It's big. Venezuela, did they qualify? That was a genuine question. That was a genuine question.
I don't know why you're asking me. Like I pay attention to fucking comment.
You have a Venezuelan flag. Don't you support?
I can guarantee you, Venezuela did not qualify.
I
Are you?
I know you're Italian fan.
Are you a bigger Italy fan than you are Venezuela?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I thought I'd ask. I didn't know if you were.
We got to talk about the fact that Arsenal's out of the EFL Cup. I mean,
got what 3-1
Okay.
by Newcastle?
Yeah, it was 3-1.
I was gonna say Brandon doesn't even care about that.
Not Newcastle. West Ham. Sorry,
but I can't be bothered. So
yeah, he doesn't care about it.
He's not a real fan. No, I'm kidding.
I just have
he told me
connection.
no. He says he cares about the FA Cup, but he told me the only trophies I want to win are the Premier League and the Champions League.
Not win the Champions League.
I
probably not win the Premier League.
The EFL Cup.
You might not even win the FA Cup.
You might go trophyless. Tottenham might do a double.
Stop.
I didn't say we'd win the FA Cup. So, I mean, if we don't, I mean, there's been seasons previous where we haven't. So it's not like it's a huge deal.
But
I just don't like the mentality of Eddie and Brandon of it's just the EFL Cup. It doesn't matter. Like, no, every trophy matters. Come on.
That's not my mentality. That's not
my EFL literally said, I don't care that we lost eliminated.
I'm gonna back Eddie up right now. He never said he didn't care about the EFL Cup. He said the majority of people don't rate the EFL Cup.
Thank you.
He did.
I don't care that we got eliminated. He said it himself.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to rewind the tape.
Check the VOD.
But
no, that's just not true. That's just not true.
I don't know. I'm just.
Why would someone who hasn't ever once seen his team win a trophy not want to win the EFL Cup?
I think Eddie literally said on a podcast, "I don't care what trophy Spurs win, I'll cry when they do."
I did say that.
He did say that. I also appreciate that the episode that you're talking about, Abdon, he said that if he won any trophy, he'd be insufferable. He said they could have won the EFL Cup and he'd be insufferable.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that he himself said it like he didn't care that he got eliminated.
I don't know if that was him. I know it was Brandon.
I don't care.
I think Abdon is trying to spread propaganda against me, and I don't like it.
Oh, he 100% is.
I don't know about all that.
That's Abdon we're talking about.
We will be there on Monday.
We'll be there.
Don't go anywhere.
Well, now that you guys have won, Spurs are guaranteed to win.
No, we're guaranteed to lose because we still haven't won yet.
We were guaranteed to tie. We're guaranteed to tie.
Chelsea just won a game.
Dude, I will take a tie. Like if you could guarantee me a tie right now, I would shake your hand and take the deal.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. We played like shit today. We played like shit today.
I think Tottenham will walk away very easily with a
I think you'll win.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna lose. I think we're gonna lose.
It's early in the season, Edward. It is, but right now I cannot lie. Tottenham, we'll see what happens with AFCON, but Tottenham are my number one to win right now. They're my favorites.
We will be winning. We will be there.
I know.
I don't know who I want to win this game.
I know how you feel.
We're not going to win, so
I think.
Well, I definitely don't want Chelsea to win.
We're not going to beat Chelsea.
And why not?
I'm not talking about the league.
And the two fans on here.
It helps you out if we win.
I would rather you guys draw than you guys win.
I want to draw too, honestly, because I don't think we're going to win. So
I'm off Monday.
I think you're gonna win.
Daniel, when are you not off?
Yeah, for real.
Just this week I got fucked, but next week my hours are kind of back to normal. But I'm off Monday for whatever reason. So
I did want to preview their Clasico.
I won't be able to watch it because ESPN took
when
away
is
my
it?
fucking
12:30 on Saturday.
ESPN.
Oh my god,
Damn
we're crazy. We didn't even talk about Harry Kane getting knocked out by a third division club in the 96th
yeah.
minute in Germany.
Oh, I'm not even paying attention to the German league.
Yeah, Harry Kane, like Bayern Munich got knocked out by the 15th place third division club.
Oh my god.
Bayern are just gonna beat Dortmund by like 3 goals.
I don't know. This Dortmund.
I don't know, man.
Dortmund's good.
His Bayern's kind
Tuchel's
of
never been the best in the league. He's a very good knockout
Stage kind of coach, like a tournament coach.
I know he just got eliminated, but he is a good knockout team, like manager. He's not a good league manager.
Like he's a good tournament manager. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I think I don't know. Bayern, like I know Manuel Neuer's come back, but
is he fit?
Yeah, he played.
No.
I don't think he played today. He played today, and he played the game at the weekend against
Maybe that's their problem.
SV Darmstadt when they beat them 8-0, and Harry Kane had a goal from the halfway line.
Okay.
But I don't know. I don't know. Bayern are obviously great. They're a really good team, but I just think.
Are they?
How do you think you can say you're a great team and lose to a team in a third division that's probably going to get relegated?
What do we always say?
Isn't
Hey,
that
man,
what happened to Tottenham?
It's
Isn't that
the
what happened to
magic.
Tottenham?
It's the magic of the cup.
Isn't that what
Anything can
happened to
happen
Tottenham?
on any one game.
It happened to Manchester
Yeah.
City when
I know you hear
against
me, Eddie.
Wigan.
I know you hear me, Eddie.
I don't.
You leave Edward alone.
I'm saying, isn't that what happened to Tottenham
He has you
When?
muted.
in the
To be
EFL Cup?
fair, Kane didn't even touch the field.
Wait,
It
this
was
year?
Choupo-Moting.
Yeah, when you got eliminated from the EFL Cup.
It was
So
Fulham.
Fulham is a third division team.
Oh, was
now?
it Fulham?
Yeah,
My
Fulham.
bad.
Fulham's in the third division. When did they go
My
down?
bad.
I don't
My
remember.
bad.
don't remember
My
that.
bad.
The trolling is crazy. Well,
I hold my hands up. I was wrong.
their Clasico is really just for second place
I know it's not even like that good of a their Clasico.
since Bayern Leverkusen is number 1.
Yeah.
How is Bayern
Bobby
Leverkusen
Alonso's
number
running away
1?
with
Dude,
it.
talk
Xabi
about we will
Alonso.
be there. We will be there if Kane does not win a trophy this season at Bayern. Like, we
Oh,
will be
Lord.
there.
But that's also as part of the reason why I'm like,
Spurs.
you never know. You know,
I
what
mean, he only has 2 left
like
to win.
like
out of
he
4.
left Spurs, went to Bayern. They've lost both trophies they could possibly win, or they got knocked out of the TFL, DKO, whatever it's called.
They lost
DFE.
the final with them.
Yeah,
DFB
and then they lost the German Super Cup. So
all he has left is the league and the Champions League.
they're not winning the
And then
Champions
now
And they're
League.
not winning the Champions League.
So if he doesn't win the league, and I don't know why, but like there's a part of me that thinks Spurs could do a double. Like it'd be a great year for Edward.
It's a
Double.
it's a
We're not
it's
gonna
a
do
fucking
it.
Spurs curse, bro.
Okay.
He fucking spread it to us and to Bayern with fucking Poch and Kane. It's some shit.
Well, you know, sometimes you need a little luck. Sometimes you gotta plague your opponents. I mean, we'll see. I don't know.
You got to do what?
You gotta plague your opponents. You know, Trojan horse them. Make them think you're really good and Trojan horse them.
He's doing it all right.
Oh, they're doing it. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I don't know. I think I can see Borussia Dortmund winning it 2-1 last minute goal.
I hope.
I like Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, that'd be time for that.
I also like Borussia Dortmund's team a lot more than I like Bayern's at the moment. Like they have oh my goodness. What's his name? Ayamedi. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Adeyemi.
Adeyemi.
Yummy.
They've got Marco Reus is playing great. They got Malin. They got Fulkrug, who's been really good. They signed Sabitzer, which I don't know how I feel about that buy. But I mean
He's been playing well.
Yeah, he's a good player. They've got Haller. They've got Mokoko. They've got. Oh my God! Did they sell the left winger? They sell Julian Brandt. No, he's there. They got Julian Brandt. Like I don't know. I think Borussia Dortmund's team is way more fun to watch, and also a lot more exciting than Bayern Munich's team at the moment. So that's why I'm hoping they win. I hope football wins.
And we always hope football wins.
Oh no! And I you said what?
As long as it's not Tottenham.
As long as it's not Tottenham. But Tottenham right now, I would say Tottenham right now play the most attractive football in the league, and I want Tottenham to win the league because If
Whoa,
if
whoa,
any-
whoa, whoa, whoa,
no, no,
whoa,
no, no,
whoa,
no, let me
whoa.
preface this. Let me preface
Whoa,
this. Let me preface this.
whoa.
Tottenham to
Let me
win?
preface
That's
this. Let me preface this.
crazy.
As someone that's
I'm
not
taking
in the
away your
title race
Chelsea
right
fan
now,
card. I'm taking your
I'm
Chelsea
gonna tell you
fan
this right
card
now.
away.
I'm gonna tell you
Nah,
that. I'd rather.
nah.
Nah, listen. Let me
I
preface
thought I
this.
should take your Chelsea fan card away, you delusional fuck.
Oh my
Why
God.
me?
Listen. As someone that's not in the
Why
title
me?
race,
I'm not the one that says I want Tottenham to win a trophy.
let me preface this. As someone that one
Let me
is not, the team is in the title race. 2, we're not gonna be in the title race.
Okay.
3, friends with a Spurs fan, and I shit on him constantly. You know, for his sake.
He chose his
Yeah, for his sake. As someone that, listen, the reason I say if we were anywhere near the top 4, I'd be like, nah, I don't want Tottenham to win. But I also don't want Arsenal to win. I hate Arsenal more. You know why I hate Arsenal more? Because I have to hear Brandon every week talk about how good they are. And Eddie over here, as much as it irritates me, where he's like, no, I'm not going to say we're going to do it. I like it because he's hesitant. Like, I know he thinks they can do it, but he won't say it. And I appreciate that a little bit. So I want him to win. That's why I want them to win. Also, I don't want Daniel. I'm tired of hearing Daniel talk about the treble every 5 seconds.
Tired of saying.
You know.
I mean,
Daniel, what? Come on, you got to answer.
I can't wait until his fucking ass is in the dumps.
when they're not even a club anymore.
Yes.
We're not even a club anymore.
I can't wait until the 115 charges come in.
didn't they already get?
No, they haven't been waived. They
Not
have
be-
not been waived. They haven't even gone to court for him yet.
Fucking Chelsea might get points deducted
Yeah.
too.
I saw that Chelsea might go to court for what was it? 20? How long ago was it?
2013. It was the
Yeah,
Willian and Samuel Eto'o transfers.
Yeah.
Listen. Those are 2 cases. They're also talking about Everton taking a point reduction for 1 charge, you know, of
Right.
financial.
And this motherfucker got
Manchester City
115.
115, bro.
You better get fucking
115.
relegated. You better get liquidated.
No, that'd be too harsh.
No,
What the fuck you mean?
Okay, you're right. Liquidation, it's harsh. I think non-league is perfectly fine. I think it's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, non-league's fine. Like they can still work. Realistically,
work
they'll
their
work
way.
their way back up into at least.
No, they can't. They have to sub
It
everyone
takes-
because they
It takes
they'll-
like 19 years to do that shit.
yeah, and also they wouldn't keep the players they have. They'd have to you have to abide by whatever division's financial structures there are, and they don't allow that much money to be pumped through.
And they don't even have,
Point
they wouldn't have that
deductions.
money to pump through.
You're right. Saudi would pull out so quick.
Point deduction for Everton is fine, but
Saudi's
not that
just
they need
like-
it. They're gonna get relegated anyway.
And if they survive, it's a fairy tale. They just won't go
If
down.
they survive, if they're what 17th, give them a 10-point reduction in the last game. of the
Everton
season.
are pulling away from relegation right now.
Yeah.
So
Brandon just wants Everton to go down.
Give them the
Yeah,
deduction.
Why do you
It
hate
feels
Everton so
it feels
much?
personal at this point.
What's
yeah,
wrong with
Brandon
Everton?
does hate
Brandon's been-
Everton for some
Brandon's
weird
been like
reason.
on his hands and knees begging for Everton to
They don't
get-
even.
He's
They're
like-
not.
he's
They're
like
not a
Venom in
rival.
Spider-Man
They're not a
3.
rival of
He's like
yours.
Venom in Spider-Man 3.
They're just annoying. They're one of those teams that's just annoying to me. I don't
What did
like
they do to you?
them.
Because you
Over the
can't
years.
win. You can't win at their stadium. Come on, man. You want them relegated for that?
It is personal. So you know what?
What did
They
they
can
do
get
to you?
relegated.
What did they do
I don't
to
like
you?
them. I don't like their fans. I don't like their players.
What's wrong with their players? Besides the fact that they're not good enough.
They're
I
just.
cannot believe Pickford's the number 1 goalkeeper for England.
Gee, that's also
That's
wild.
a travesty. That's a travesty.
But you know who do you? Okay, out of the top 3,
I don't
who would
know.
you
I don't
start?
know who. I don't know, but just it
Nick
cannot.
Pope.
I would pick Nick Pope. I think Nick Pope's good enough.
Pope should be starting.
I thought it was me personally. I thought it was Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale, and then Pickford.
I mean, Ramsdale just had
No.
a fucking shock.
Dude, did you see the goal he conceded?
Hey, listen, we all but isn't that a common theme now with teams playing out for more in the back? They're making lots of mistakes.
It wasn't even him playing out of the back. It was the ball went right next to him. Like perfect height for him to save, and he forearmed it into the goal.
It happens, man. I don't know. Leno was the
Bro,
same
happened.
way.
Bro's not making a good case for himself. No, Raya saves that.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Does he know?
He does.
If it was
I
Riot,
remember you bitching about him fucking last week.
yeah, you
Well,
said
it was, but Ryan
you said they
saved
were
it.
you said they were equal
Dude,
quality.
After watching Aaron
You said they were
Ramsdale
equal
today-
quality. Brandon, can I ask you a question though? Is it not just because you don't personally like Aaron Ramsdale that you're critiquing him harder?
What do you mean? I do like Ramsdale.
No, you say he's overrated, and you think
He's-
you
He
know.
is overrated, but I like his passion towards the club. But after today,
We all have howlers. All the top keepers have howlers.
okay, when you're fighting for a first team spot,
But they
Or
weren't
for
fighting for a first team
starting spot.
spot. They weren't
when
playing for
you're
a
fighting
first.
for when you're fighting for a starting spot, you can't have howlers like that.
Okay, well, he didn't have any
almost
howlers
did.
before. Well, maybe I don't know what he
He
was like at
did.
the beginning of the season.
Oh, the beginning of the
That's what I was
season.
saying. He didn't really. He got dropped for no reason as well. I mean, I don't think he really had any howlers the start of the season, and they dropped him.
Raya's almost had some
Like-
howlers too.
Riot has had howlers. I mean, he's been good. Don't get me wrong, but
I don't know if he's had any howlers this season.
I don't know. I feel like the
Ooh.
keepers. Riot. He's
Riot.
had
He's
one
had
or
close
two.
calls for sure.
He just has
He's had close
Wasn't he in
calls.
goal in the for the Mudryk cross?
Yeah. It's like
He almost-
Robert.
he
It's
almost
like
gave
Robert
it away to
Sanchez.
That's not a
Connor.
howler. Like lots
Yeah.
of goalkeepers are saying he was doing what he should have.
Yeah, it's like Robert Sanchez. I think where
It
it's
was just a
like,
great shot. It was just a great shot.
It was not a shot. Don't be stupid.
but but yeah, I don't know. We're seeing a lot more mistakes from keepers though. I don't know. It's been interesting. I have
I'm
seen.
seeing a lot more mistakes from Arsenal and Chelsea keepers. That's it.
Well, no, because then you also got Onana, who was a Champions League.
Oh yeah,
He was in
okay.
the Champions League final last season. You know,
Fair
like
enough, fair enough,
like
fair
we're
enough,
seeing
fair
more
enough.
howlers. Whether or not people are getting punished, you know, we are seeing
Not
howlers.
from Vicario.
Now Vicario looks good. I
Not
watched
from
him against.
Ederson.
I watched him. I don't think Ederson was
Not
ever.
from Allison.
Well, Allison's been good this season. I give him that. But now Vicario, I watched him against the team you guys just played during the weekend. Who was it?
Palace.
Who? Oh, Palace.
Palace.
I thought you said
No.
Dallas. I was like, when did they come to the U.S.? I don't.
FC, yeah,
they have one
FC
of the top
Dallas.
10
is their
wingers,
home
Hudson
team,
Edwards.
No, I thought he looked really well, especially that save where he got low real quick. He came up big against Palace. I thought he looked really
Dude,
good.
he had an insane save
Yeah. Like, I think he
against
looked good.
Palace.
So, I don't know.
He's so good.
I don't know. I just know that I know I've heard talks, or at least the discussions being brought up this season. Maybe it's just because of the big teams playing out from the back. But there are people criticizing it. But I don't know if that's because they're criticizing it because they don't like the style of player. They're criticizing it because the keepers aren't good enough to be doing what they're doing.
I think they're criticizing because they're tired of everyone having to play the same way.
Style of football. I agree with that. I mean, I've been on record saying that. I don't like. Well, I remember that's kind of the reason I sent that video in that group chat where Mark they were talking about, you know, the style of play, the possession style, playing long balls over the top because, you know, like the possession style that Pep Guardiola and Barcelona kind of brought up and won a bunch of trophies with has been deemed the correct style of play. And I don't love that. It's been one of the most successful styles, and I agree with that, but I like that I don't think every team should abide by that. I mean, Chelsea won Champions League without a keeper with a keeper that wasn't good with his feet because Mendy was not good with his feet. You know, I think that there's lots of other styles. I think just coaches which rightfully so, pick from what style is doing the most at the moment, or being the most successful, which is Man City's style of playing from the back. So
Yeah, teams need to have some originality when it comes to style. That's for sure.
well, I mean, not every team has the setup that Manchester City do to play out from the back and play a possession style.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You need to have the realization and the withdrawal to realize, hey, we can't do this.
Yeah.
We need to set up a different way.
I mean, because like Vicario's not the best with his feet. He's not bad, but he's not the best with his feet, right, Eddie? Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys don't even really play a possession style. You guys play fast, build up, direct, attacking build.
And he's good enough with his feet.
But he's not. You wouldn't put him up with Ederson, or you wouldn't put him up with.
No.
So that's what I mean. Like, you know, and you guys found a way to do it well. Like, you're not like you play out from the back, but not to the level of these other teams. You guys are very quick transition. Like, we're attacking fast.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. That's why I don't know. I'm kind of here for the conversation of, you know, the critiquing playing out from the back, playing this style that everyone has to play this way. Because they basically said that when Memo Norio came through, that this was like a keeper. If they can't play with their feet, they're not good enough to play at the top level.
Mhm.
I mean, you could say that Chelsea lost their identity when we switched from a defensive style to attacking style.
Yeah,
And we've been struggling ever since.
yeah. You know, I mean, Real
You could
Madrid.
make an argument for that.
Yeah, I mean, Real Madrid's another one that was a big like. They never really had a keeper that played out from the back. They have always been a very well, at least in their most
They've
successful
been a very
era, team.
counterattacking team.
Yeah, like they don't like what is it? They had Casillas who wasn't good with his feet. They had what was his name? They had Keylor Navas. He's not great with his feet. And they have Courtois who's decent but not phenomenal
No,
with his
he's
feet.
ass with his feet.
Yeah, but they're great shot stoppers, and that I mean that's
Now they got Kepa.
Kepa's been doing good. You can't fault him. He
Real
hasn't
Madrid
really
wanna
made
sign him
mistakes.
too.
What?
Yeah,
they
they
want to
wanna-
sign him too.
They should.
For 17 million. They said.
Hey, bro, we gotta
It's
tap.
less than that.
No, not for 17.
Well, like here's also the
This
thing.
man-
We
This man
spent a
has
lot of
2
money,
years left on his deal. This man
Yeah.
has 2 live.
but at the end of the season, have one, and we're not gonna recuperate all the 80
No, I think
something.
it's 2. I think it's 2 at the end of the season.
I thought it was just one at the end of the season. Maybe you're
No,
right.
it's 2. I don't know, man. I think we should get at least like 30, not 17.
Let's see how good he plays. He's been playing really well.
pretty dang good.
Yeah, he's been playing pretty good.
He's got like 4 clean sheets in La Liga right now.
Pretty bad.
He actually has some pretty good saves against Barca.
Let me see.
He's
Hold on,
been
hold on,
big.
Pause.
hold on.
Nah, bro, unpause. Chelsea player been playing good, bro. It doesn't even show his stats.
Never mind. I lied. He doesn't have any clean sheets for Real Madrid right now.
No,
At all?
So far,
no. Those stats aren't right because he has a clean sheet against Osasuna. They have a clean sheet against Genoa, Las Palmas.
Did he start in those?
Yeah, he's played every minute of those games. They got a clean sheet against Union Berlin in the Champions League. They got a clean sheet against Celta Vigo. He started against that. Yeah, like he's got more than he's got one. What is this? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 clean sheets in looks like 12 games. So not awful, but not great.
Mm.
But they haven't really been conceding a lot of goals, which is good. I don't know why his stats aren't coming up. That's interesting.
I was gonna say because like I was looking at his stats and nothing came up at all.
All
We'll see about
right.
that.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We'll be back next week when Spurs lose their first game to Chelsea. So we'll see you guys then. Please follow. Please subscribe, like, do whatever you want. Till next time.
Peace.